What's up YouTube? For tonight I have a top 10 Wondertrade Pokemon video. Okay, leave your best Wondertrade Pokemon you have ever got in the comment section below. Go, do it now. Go, go, go. Okay, if you like this thing, make sure you leave a like on the video too. That would be very much appreciated. Okay, this is all on my opinion, and it is the most common Pokemon you see on the Wondertrade. Okay, coming in at number 10, I feel Bunnelby is definitely up there in the top 10 of traded Pokemon. Now, it was more, in my opinion, it was more seen in X and Y than the Oris scene, purely because it was just easier to catch then. And also, it's also a Pokemon that is used for Pokemon Wi-Fi battling a lot, and the whole Diggersby's thing. And since it was a new Pokemon, people, wanted to breed some babies out of it, I guess. Okay, number 9 we have Fleeging. Now, this Pokemon was obviously introduced in X and Y as well. Now, it was very used heaps on the competitive Wi-Fi scene, and also people doing breeding for it used it as a flame body Pokemon to hatch their eggs as well. So this definitely is a reason why it was Wondertraded so much. A lot more in X and Y than Oris, I believe, but it's still up there in the top 10 that I see on Wondertrade, in my opinion. Okay, number 8, I've got Magikarp. Now, Magikarp, in my opinion, is definitely on there because it's just so easy to get. You get your old rod, you just toss it anywhere, and you can catch a Magikarp like really easy. And you get 6 of them and just Wondertrade for anything you pretty much like. The whole thing about Wondertrade I find funny is people. There's only a real small percentage of people who are quite giving to what they give, or they give something fair on there. They don't just give crap for like 3 hours. But that's how it goes, I guess. Okay, number 7. Now, there's a lot of starter Pokemon that I believe are very popular, Wondertraded on X and Y or Oris. Now, Charmander, I say, is probably, I'd say it's probably the most traded, because I'd say the main reason was people do like Charizard because the whole Mega Charizard Y thing, and use it on Wi-Fi battle a lot. It's seen so much, and I'd say that's all those breeding rejects are the reason why you see it there. Okay, number 6 we have Weedle. Now, I did some Wondertrading. I've done a lot of Wondertrading, just practices and just looking at some stats overall, and I got about, one time I got about 6 or 7 Weedles in a row, and it's just very common Pokemon to see, very easy to get, and you can just throw it straight on there, and it's hope for a good Pokemon. That's what a lot of people do, and that is the reason why it's definitely in my top 10 Wondertraded Pokemon. Okay, up next we have the Luvdisc. Now, Luvdisc I see a lot too. Once again, it's a very easy Pokemon to get. It's got obviously, no one really uses it, I guess, so it's just easy to throw away. And you can obviously, I'd say people try and farm heart scales from it, I guess, and they catch it and they get the heart scale if they don't have Thief. But it's very common regardless. It's just easy to catch and easy to trade off, and no one really uses it. That's why I say it's up that high for. Okay, number 4 we have Poochie. Now, Poochie is that typical close route Pokemon you can easily catch, and especially in Oris, X and Y it definitely wasn't a thing, but in Oris it sure is. You just go into the first route with your Pokeballs and you catch it, the early routes, and you can catch it just piece of piss. It doesn't take any effort at all. Just get 6 of them and just throw them on the Wondertrade. It's the easiest thing to do, and that is why I definitely say it is up there for the Wondertrade Pokemons. Okay, sitting at number 3 we have Wurmple. Now, Wurmple I see so much. It's unbelievable. I was doing some, I did Wondertrade through about 2 to 3 hour blocks on different days, and I seen this, I think I did about 40, and I received about 15 Wurmples out of that. So that was nearly half of the Pokemon. Wondertrade's very funny because different days can have different things as well. There's a lot of little different factors you have to include in there. I'll get onto them in a second. Okay, so we have number 2. Now, I believe number 2 definitely would be Eevee. A lot of people like the Eeveelutions, and they try and go for that, they try and mass breed Eevees. I know I did it myself. I had like 6 or 7, 8, 9, 10 boxes of them. And everyone wants to get their different Eeveelution in shiny or just the moves on it, and it's a very popular evolution line as well. So that definitely, that's pretty much clinches it for me why it would be so high up in the Wondertraded Pokemon. Okay, so we have the number 1 most Wondertraded Pokemon here. Now, it's quite funny because I looked at I've actually looked at quite a few websites and their stats and went over them and just my own findings as well, and I found this Pokemon was, the other 9 Pokemon were very popular and there's a lot behind them too, but this Pokemon was just had a particular jump from all the others. It was amazingly more popular. Amazingly, gee, that's a good word. Amazingly more popular than any of the other Pokemon. That's Zigzagoon. So, man, it is the easiest to get Pokemon purely because it is so easy to find on just the first route. Bang, you've got it and trade it off, and you trade your Hooper Unbound, and you get a fucking Zigzagoon. Fairest trade in the freaking world. Now, those are my top 10 ones that I had, but don't worry, there is a lot of other ones that I know you probably think, oh, you've missed this one, you missed this one. Just going to cover a couple of them in a sec. Now, so we've got some honorable mentions here, so some Pokemon that are very popular as well. So Froakie definitely was a popular Pokemon there for sure, and a lot of the other starters were too. Do not get me wrong, there's a lot of popular ones out there, like so many of them, pretty much because everyone wants to get the starters to complete their decks. Pidgey was one, and Torchic was one, and another one that cropped up a lot too, that speed boost Torchic, and everyone wants to get their Mega Blaziken on. So Honedge was actually very popular in the X and Y days, but I don't see it as much in Oris days. Like that was very popular. There was an event one time. Oh my god, that Zubat's going to give me sore eyes. There was a Zubat event. I think like 1 million were traded in a day or something. That was where I see it. And Zoro was, it's quite a popular Pokemon as well. I see that quite a bit, as well as Oddish. It's just an easy to get Pokemon, and not many people use it. Now Pancham was pretty popular in X and Y as well. It's definitely, declined in Oris. For that one, and Larvitar, everyone wants to get their Mega Tyranitar on, and I'd say that's definitely a popular Pokemon there as well. Go-Go was quite similar to Pancham. It was quite a lot on X and Y. I think I did a whole batch of them as well. Now, speaking of X and Y, the X and Y most, in my opinion, was Floater. Definitely, I said that Pokemon was the one I seen the most in X and Y. Taylor was more seen for me in Oris. Their Electrike as well, people trying to get the Mega. So the Wi-Fi battles, or the favorites, or the Mega Stone were really big contributors onto what was traded onto Wondertrade. And just people breeding, or getting rid of Pokemon that were completely useless. Pona was another one, well, pretty much for his Wi-Fi appearances there, and Ralts, everyone wanted to get their Mega Gardevoir and their freaking Mega Shiny Gardevoir Ball Dress. I understand that was cool. And Wingull was up there as well, just another common sort of Pokemon. Okay, I had a lot of cool and funny Pokemon that were Wondertrade to me, so I'm just going to show you a couple there at the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed this one, guys.